Hey man, what to do YouTube? It's your boy O2. I'm dropping back a bit for another YouTube video and today's reaction video. But before I get to today's reaction video, I just want to say if y'all are fucking with the consistency, if y'all are fucking with the channel, go ahead and sub up, go ahead and share, like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, we're gonna hop into today's reaction video. And today's reaction video is titled "Black Men Are Going Outside in the Dominican Republic. Passport bros are overly tripping." Without further ado, we're gonna hop straight into this motherfucking video. Dead homies.
Watch this. I wonder if they get the message. I ain't going broke. Ran up down 300 racks at that corner store. You could catch me in the hood where you wouldn't want to go, or down south asking niggas what they get to.
In Dominican Republic, make sure you listen to me.
I had some downtime last night, so I decided to get on TikTok. And as I was strolling and looking at the feed, I got something recommended to me. There was a video from a creator called Extreme Beyond Cold who had been living in the Dominican Republic, and the problem was
Black men, if you want to date in Dominican Republic, make sure you listen to me. Yes, we have the advantage of being American. We have the advantage of having more money and resources than a local Dominican man. But there's just one thing you have to worry about in DR that you don't have to worry too much in the States. A lot of Dominican women prefer white men. A white man can be fat and ugly, but if he's in DR, he is the closest thing to God to them.
Now, unfortunately, there is some truth to this. If you've experienced this, press 1 in the comments. You've been overseas, you see pretty women. While you may get preferential treatment for being a Black American overseas, it's impossible to not see the fact that white men, regardless of what they look like or their age, getting preferential treatment that could be better than you. But this just doesn't happen in Dominican Republic. And it happens all the time in Africa, where you would feel like that wouldn't even occur. But the question is, are Dominican women racist towards Black men?
Overly. I ain't no black, I Dominican.
From the Dominican Republic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a good question for my peoples. Do Dominican women that live in Dominican Republic love Black men?
Wait for it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not racist because I'm Black too. But a lot of females over there, they're racist. A lot of people are racist over there.
Overly.
The woman here admits that the Dominican Republic is in fact racist, even though she considers herself Black. But this does not mean that all Dominican women are racist or that all Dominican women want white men, because there's so many Black American men going to the Dominican Republic all the time, and it doesn't bother them as much. Now, while they may have a preference for white men, there is also a strong preference for Black men too, and there seems to be plenty of options for brothers in the DR. But let's continue.
So from what the Dominican women told me, the white men typically have more money and they're more generous with it. Their families are more accepting of the white man because they want to whiten up, their race.
Now, generosity is something
I've heard that firsthand. I ain't gonna lie, my cousin told me one story one time. He was out there. My cousin, he Jamaican as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, he a CDL driver, Jamaican as fuck. And he told me, he was like, oh yeah, when I went out there, I was in the club with my little shorty out there, you know what I'm saying? She chose up for an older white dude. They was in the club. He stepped off, went to go use the bathroom. He came back, his shorty over here talking to an older white dude. And he was generally shocked. I ain't gonna lie. He was generally shocked, but then he had to remember, like, you know what I'm saying? Game is game, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, they overly be feeding out for them white people out there. They overly be feeding for the white men out there. No cap. Dead homies.
that can be debated. On average, white men may be more generous than Black men, and that could be the case. And also, getting with a white man is more acceptable for many Dominican families because they do want to whiten up the race. But the real issue is this: are Black American men more generous than Dominican men? And on average, I would say that's the case because Black American men have more money.
Yeah.
The Dominican Republic is a huge island, and there's so many women there, and there just isn't enough white men or enough foreigners for everybody to have one.
True.
So if a Black American man is more generous than the average Dominican man, he would still have an opportunity. And again, this is some Dominican women, but it would not be all of them. Black people in general are generous. Black Americans in particular give 25% of their income to charities every year. That includes black men. But again, I can see the perception that Dominican women can feel that white men are more generous. But then
white men, they're not as much players like black men are, so they know like when they get a white man that they probably want to be that white man's only woman.
Now, black American men have been going to DR for a while, and I do know that a lot of brothers are getting a reputation for not settling down.
Because when you first come here,
yeah,
you're gonna get on Tinder, and Tinder's great. It's not like the States. In the States, you might get a few matches, but here, you're gonna get hundreds. But
now, as we can see here, our brother Ronan the Travelers is letting everybody know that if you come to DR, you're gonna match a lot more than you do in the state.
Overly, that is a fact. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. That is overly a fact. I don't know from personal view. I don't know from firsthand view. I'm just going off of what people told me for sure, like friends and shit. I've never been to DR, but shit, the passport bros, they def talk about their experiences and shit.
And that is largely true if you go to Nairobi, if you're in Kigali, Rwanda, almost every other place outside of America. It's going to be a lot easier for you to match. And then
out of those hundreds, so let's say 100, right? You got 100 beautiful women reached out to you, fine, and they all good. 60% of them probably not the type that you want to deal with.
White men have typically had an advantage in the dating pool all of their lives. So by the time they decide they want to get married, they already understand that they have this advantage, especially in a place like the DR. Now, they've had this advantage all of their life. If you look at this research done by Pew Research Center, you'll see that white men on average are the most desired group by gender across everybody in the entire world. The second place is Asian women and third place is white women. Now, if you look at the bottom, black men worldwide, second to last, and you got black women. So when you look at black men coming to the DR, for a lot of them, this is their first time, being able to get matched. This is their first time getting into an environment where, they can deal with the kind of woman of their choice. Whereas white men have had this advantage their entire life. For the most part, so now the leverage is reversed. And if those Dominican women don't want to marry black men, that's fine. But here is something that a lot of Dominican women don't want to talk about.
A fiance, a baby daddy, or a pimp. And 9 out of 10 times, her husband is all of those things. Because in DR, when the man that a woman falls in love with in DR is a man that they've been with since they was like 11 to 12 years old. So they never separate from him. So
that's another thing. They had be starting early as fuck down there, boy. They be starting like 11, 12, 10, nigga. They be starting that shit early. Like it's an island thing. Like it's a Caribbean thing. I wouldn't say like not for every Caribbean, but for sure like in certain countries and shit like that, they're overly starting young as fuck when we're talking about marriage and kids, and it's normal, bro. It's real life normal. Like what we would think as Americans is like, whoa, she's young, she's too young to start a family. Over there, shit, we talking about fucking by 15, they already got 3 kids. Like it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
These guys become their pimps. So they send them out into the tourist areas. And so a lot of times that women do set these guys up. So while they're in the middle of having sex at her hotel, her husband or pimp, he got his own key, so he come in the room and rob the guy, and she play along with it. She's getting robbed as well, but that's her pimp. So that's how they make money aside from selling. So they rob the tricks.
Now this brother has been living in the Dominican Republic, or been going there for quite a long time. And a lot of times when black men try to get into relationships with Dominican women, sometimes you get situations like this. When a woman already has kids, a woman is already tied to a man.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's damn near all of them. That's damn near all the broads out there. They damn near, even if they tell you they don't have kids, they lying to you. They definitely have kids. They all got kids, bro.
This woman may or may not be trying to extort that particular black man. And so he's a little bit concerned because, yes, it's true. A lot of brothers have been set up. A lot of brothers have been robbed. I've heard so many horror stories of black men marrying women in the Dominican Republic just to bring them to the States. You know, the woman gets citizenship and then she sends for the Dominican guy. I mean, all kind of horror stories that will just make you...
See, nah, that's where they fucked up at. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't heard any type of good stories coming out of that. Infidelities, she's sending niggas money back home that she fuck with. The passport bros, in my opinion, are niggas that can't get no buns in America. G shit. That shit's really cooked.
Cringe if you heard it. But ultimately, despite all of his criticisms and doubts in the Dominican Republic, I would honestly say the black man's opportunity in the DR is just crazy. Check out the Running the Travelers YouTube channel. I mean, he will just tell you. And the thing is, you're always going to have people who don't like you. They're going to have women out there who like white men, women out there who don't want to marry you because you're black. But again, as a man, you have leverage. I mean, you have Venezuelan women in the Dominican Republic. You got Haitian women. You got Colombian women. You got Dominican women. I mean, if you're a solid...
They're going to choose up. That's all I'm hearing. They all going to choose up.
It doesn't change the fact that as a black American man with income that can take care of himself, you're going to have leverage. So guys, am I reaching? What do you think? Subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know below.
I feel like it just depends on the shorty. Whatever she prefers, really. It's always been up to the shorty at the end of the day. Is she fucking with you or not? That's it for today's video, y'all. Comment down below how y'all feel about that. Y'all passport bros, be safe, man. Peace.